Hey, it's Maury, and welcome back to Cosplay Rewind, where we go over some costumes that I made back before I started doing YouTube. And today we're going to be going over my Vanille costume. I can't remember exactly when I made this. I think it may have been 2012. And at the time that I undertook this was really out of my skill range. Yeah. So we'll start with the necklace, and it is made out of painted pony beads. They're painted with either acrylic paint or nail polish, and it's on a thick wire, and then I just wire wrapped to have this closure on the back of it. And her harness piece, this piece is made out of leather, and then the base pieces are made out of Model Magic, and as you can see they cracked, and this is just has some, I think it was Copic marker that I drew it on, and then beads on thread, and then I used the same, well, this part in the front was just safety pinned on, and then this part in the back has more of those clasps, the clasps that screw in, so that really was not that secure. The back panel actually looks pretty good. The beads are all there, they're still on some, they're still sewn on. And then up here we have the back panel. It's backed in leather, and then the top I think is some suiting, and then it has the design just painted on there. For her butt cape, it does have leather for the back. The leather pieces were just, it was an old coat that I got at the thrift store and then cut up. And then we have these straps here, and then they have these buckles, and then has the faux fur for her butt cape. The butt cape itself I think did turn out pretty well. I hand sewed all around the edges and it still looks pretty nice, so this part of the costume I think turned out pretty well. There's no shirt on this costume, and that's because I think it ended up getting thrown away, because it really was, it did not work very well. I used a cotton gauze, dyed it pink, and it just didn't really work. So her belt, again, was more of that tan fabric and then painted, and I tried painting it with some watered down acrylic paint to make it look old, and it really just ended up looking dirty. The sash turned out okay. That is some muslin that I dyed pink and then added more of these beads, and her skirt with some muslin that I dyed with yellow and orange dye, and her pouch ended up pretty well. It's got some trim around it, and then it has some cotton, then it just has the designs painted on it, and it has a button with these little beads on it. The thread's kind of coming apart, but overall that turned out okay. And for her accessories, she has all of these bangles, and I just bought a whole bunch of bangles at Forever 21 and then painted them with some nail polish to give them the look for what she looks like in game. For her other bracelets, they're just some vinyl that was painted white, and they have some Velcro on the back. And her earrings are Model Magic. These turned out pretty well. So her jewelry turned out okay. And then these are the tops of her shoes. I had some white fur, and then I just added, I think it was Copic markers to give it a little bit more detail to it, because I could only find white fur at the time. Her boots I had painted with acrylic paint, and the paint just ended up cracking, so I ended up tossing those. So this is perhaps not one of my more successful attempts. I definitely, when I had started this costume, it was definitely out of my skill range. But it is one of those costumes that I would be curious to approach again now that I know a lot more about construction, especially now that I know a lot more about jewelry, and see how it would look if I was to make it now with my current skill set. But I hope you found this video insightful. For more cosplay videos, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.